Hi everybody, I'd like to share with you my experiences after 15,000 kilometers on the new Ténéré 700. When Yamaha started with the new Ténéré, I thought that might be a bike for me, as I've been riding a lot of the old Africa Twins, the 650, 750, of course the newer ones, but the old ones, those are the ones I really appreciated because they didn't have that much power, but they were very reliable, and especially the RDO4, RDO7 engines, they lasted forever. I always wondered why Honda made the new one, the 1000cc, but well, there was more power, but the weight, I would have liked something like 80 horsepower and maybe roughly 200 kilograms. That would have been a satisfying thing for me. Now Yamaha brought something that is roughly what I expected, and this is the reason why I bought it. I'd like to see the T700 from the traveler's perspective, meaning I like to do a lot of kilometers without a big hassle. A lot of people think that all these modern electronic gadgets that you have on a lot of bikes are missing on that thing. That's definitely true. All the things like riding modes and everything, of course this is cool if you have it, but especially me, I like to know how the bike is going to react whatever state of riding I'm in. What is not on the bike cannot fail, and the only thing that it has is the ABS system, and this is pretty nice, especially because you can switch it off when you're off-road. What I like about the engine is that it never gives you the feeling of being forced to do something it doesn't like to. It always gives you, even in high revs, the impression, oh, I'm as comfortable as you are. It's never really screaming, or you have the impression, no, I'm suffering now, please get another gear in or do whatever to make me feel a bit better. Starting the cold engine and then putting the first gear in sometimes make me suffer a bit, because the sound that you hear then from the gearbox is not very nice. Maybe because the engine is still cold or the clutch is not working properly. It helps a bit to operate the clutch 2-3 times and then put the gear in. Maybe this is just on my bike, don't know what about you. Maybe just write in the comments if you have similar experiences. One of the best ways to find out how the brakes are working is on alpine roads, especially on the steep descents of Swiss passes. You will find that especially the front brake is working quite nicely, though it is not at the level of some other models you may also consider to buy. The rear brake is a bit weak in my opinion, and it sometimes needs a real punch that you get proper deceleration. Especially off-road that might be a little problem, but once you get adjusted to it, it's okay, at least for me. The chain has now 15,000 and a bit kilometers, and as far as I can see there is still a long life ahead of it, and I can easily go home to Germany from here. No need to change a thing. When you look at the speedo at this info box, you think, oh, this is probably a bit a tyres style, bit 80s, but anyway, I thought after a couple of days, what do you need, what do you really want from this box? Of course it's not a design thing, but you get all the information you really require. And as there is no ride modes or different ABS modes on board, you don't need that much information. What I found a bit disturbing is that it wobbles when you're off-road, especially on really hard tracks, and it's very difficult to read your speed or any other information like how many clicks have you already done, and will you make it to the next petrol station? I thought this could be a matter of improvement within for the next model, or I know there are also some people who found solutions for that. I learned from some people that they have problems with the original windshield, as it causes turbulences at speeds between 80 to 100 or even more kilometers per hour. I never really suffered from real turbulences. I mean that it's getting really loud, but I like to be very comfortable, and this is why I bought this windshield riser. It's just a piece of plastic that makes you adjust your windshield. You keep the original windshield, and to me the real trick was the advice of a good friend of mine who said just place a part of an old visor. You just cut it and place it behind the gap that is there when you get the windshield very high. That forces the air that goes in here to stream upwards like you have it on a hairdryer. That means your helmet is nearly without turbulences and the wind noise is getting even less. And this is what I really admire on long distance trips. Here and there you hear people talk about the seat of the T7. I'm probably not the right person to ask about the experiences, because I've been riding, for example, an HP2, BMW HP2, which definitely has not a comfortable seat for 90,000 kilometers, so I don't feel anything here. No, but to be honest, I think after 300 kilometers I feel, yes, there is something. After 400 I think maybe you should get a break, and even distances in one day of 500, 600 or a bit more kilometers are doable. Of course after a while you feel a bit of a sore, but yeah, I don't mind. If you disassemble the rubber from the foot peg, you immediately get a proper stand for off-road riding, so there is no real need to buy aftermarket pegs if you want to do some off-road. Another thing I've attached to the T7 is a handlebar riser, and that gives you the opportunity to ride a bit more comfortable standing on your pegs off-road, especially if you're on long distance difficult tracks. The tires Pirelli Scorpion STR Rally, or is it Rally STR, I don't know. They also did a good job, only in the sand. They don't like the sand that much. You would have to make another choice if you have in mind of traveling for a long distance on sandy roads. The first set of tires lasted about 8,000 kilometers. I think that's not bad for a bike like this. And there was still some profile left, but I swapped the tires because I went on another journey now to Greece, where I am here, and another 7,000 are done with this set of tires, and they're still good, so no worries of getting another pair. I'll reach home safely. With my very own Ténéré I could cover already some thousand kilometers off-road, but in Namibia I had the opportunity to ride a Ténéré for 4,000 kilometers off-road. That was for the new movie project Namibia 10 Lives. And there, even with full luggage, all the equipment you need for camping outdoors with your outdoor equipment and all the camera gear, it behaved very, very well, even with the standard suspension and standard tires. In Namibia I had the Yamaha pannier set, the one with the cutout system that makes the bike not that wide, and I really appreciated that. It was without any problem, really rigid, and no problems at all. The only inconvenience, whenever you want to open the lid, you need the key. With the pannier set I have on my bike, it's a Touratech set, also with a cutout system. You don't need that. You can open and close the lid without a key, but you can of course lock it. With this system as well, rigid as the standard one from Yamaha, pretty solid, pretty rigid, and I think that's going to last a very long time. I had 3 different bash plates on the Ténérés. The standard one is, in my opinion, a bit weak if you consider to go into difficult terrain with a lot of rocks where you may damage at least the bash plate. Yamaha itself offers a stronger one, which I had on the bike in Namibia, which was undestroyable. I think even an ocean ship can bump into it and you won't see a scratch. I have attached Touratech bash plate on mine, which is at a similar level of quality. I think this will protect the engine really nicely. The overall conclusion is it's a very solid bike and you really get your money worth. Up to now I've found no real things that would cause a problem or trouble, so I'm pretty happy with what I've bought. If you own a Ténéré yourself, I'd be happy if you write a comment if you have similar experiences, and if you intend to buy one, I wish you good luck with your choice. Whatever, have many safe kilometers, many enjoyable rides, and see you on the road.